So if we want to find the equation of a line that runs through -2, 3 and is parallel to y equal 1/2 x plus 6, the first thing we're going to want to remember is what it means to be parallel. And as we can see from this picture here of these two green parallel lines, is that when you have two lines that are parallel, it means that they have the same slope. Right? So if we look at this equation here, y equal 1/2 x plus 6, we have enough information to determine the slope of our line, right? And that's just if we remember back to our slope-intercept form, y is equal to mx plus b, right, where m is our slope. So if we compare these two, we can see, okay, in our case, m is equal to 1/2. So now that we know the slope of our line, we can do kind of a very similar procedure to what we did in the last example in order to find the equation of our specific line, the one that runs through -2, 3. So since we know, or we can use our y-intercept form, y is equal to 1/2 in our case, x plus b, to help us solve for this. Since we know that -2, 3 are an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate that have to satisfy this equation, we can go ahead and plug in that information, 3 for y and -2 for x, and then we're left with an equation that has one variable, b, which is what we'll need to solve for to finish our equation for the line. So if we go ahead and solve this out, we'll have 3 is equal to 1/2 times -2 is -1 plus b. If I add 1 to both sides, I have b is equal to 4. And that's really all I need to do now. Just plug in that information back into our y is equal to mx plus b, which we know is now 4 equation, and we found a line that has the same slope as y equal 1/2 x plus 6, which means it's parallel to y equal 1/2 x plus 6, and runs through the point -2, 3, because if we plug in -2 here, we're going to get a y value of 3.